Hello everyone, welcome back to another week of You Like That podcast. You're joined with me. My name is Adam. I am one half of You Like That podcast.
My name's Jack. I'm the other half of the You Like That podcast.
Almost.
I need to apologise for my voice. I am quite unwell.
Yep.
We only recorded 6 days ago, but it feels like genuinely 4 months.
Yeah, because we did miss
the longest week.
We missed the extra.
Yeah, I think that must be it.
I think that's why, because usually have that midweek break to break it up. But just sometimes time gets away from you.
Time really does. Turns out having a job sucks.
Yeah, I had a big Costco trip and I nearly fell asleep on the way home driving, which was fun.
I'm glad you didn't do that.
Nope, I'll be fine. I put the movie on and then 3 hours later, after I woke up from what turned out to be a nap, we just kind of went,
I must have walked past pretty early in your nap and I was like, oh, should I wake him up? Like, you know.
There was a point where you walked past and I was like in and out of dozing and I was like, no, I'm watching it. I didn't want to seem like I wasn't watching it. Like, I really love Hot Fuzz as a movie.
That's why I didn't wake you up. I was like, oh, he's probably seen it enough times. Like, we'll be right. And then, time just fucked off out the door. And
then after that, it was like, man, kind of don't need to do this one, hey?
It turns out we don't get weekends.
Yeah, what's a weekend?
Funny that.
Great times.
Hot Fuzz is very funny and very clever.
Yeah, good movie.
Go, that's the episode.
Good movie. Edgar Wright, great. Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, great dudes. Love that shit.
Hell yeah.
And speaking of Edgar Wright, this week we're here to talk about Edgar Wright's new movie, Last Night in Soho. We're going to hit some news to begin us off with the app, round out with some questions. But first, there's a big announcement.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I announced the announcement. Isn't the shittest thing in the world when someone announces an announced?
Yeah, but you've made that a thing.
Just wait.
You've made that a thing that's what happens. You have to announce the announcement.
Yeah, just wait until the announcement. I have an announcement personally. Episode 100 of the You Like That podcast, 2 years in, will be my last on the show. I'm stepping away for various reasons.
You say various, like, it's nothing to do with me. No, I didn't fire him.
Adam and I don't hate each other, and I'm not, kicking my toys out of the pram in spite. I very firmly believe that you have to have your whole heart in something to do it, whether it's a relationship or a podcast. I almost said job, but then I fucking hate my job, but I still turn up. Yep. But a few episodes ago, I was just like, I don't think I love doing this anymore. Again, nothing against you, nothing against the show, but I just feel it would be unfair to keep turning up and just saying all the time. But I still want to hit that 100 episode milestone. I still want to do Spider-Man. So it'd be a fucking absolute waste of a show if you were to leave before doing Spider-Man. Yeah.
We've heard you complain about Spider-Man for too long to not have to do it.
The whole time I've been doing the podcast, pretty much.
So episode 100, which will be airing the first week of January. So it is a new year start, will be for me. But it will be a live streamed episode, as always was the plan. But it's just going to be a little bit more special now.
It will be.
It'll be a lovely little send-off for the man.
We'll get drunk.
Yeah, probably will. In terms of the future after that, I'll address it all as it comes closer. But the show will still remain.
Yeah, it's too good not to.
I will be continuing this solo because I can't replace you.
You can, though.
Nah, I can't.
Where are you going to find another straight white guy who likes movies?
I can't. I don't have one. Not enough to be able to work a podcast with.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I just feel like after having what would near be 150 episodes of content under our belts, it just would ruin the 2 years that we've built in this show already. So
yeah, fair.
I've got the reformulation calculated in my head ready to go on how the show will progress for season 5 and into the new year of 2022. The show will be here. It is going to be much shorter episodes. It's going to be much more YouTube friendly, more so than audio friendly only. So if you do listen on audio, I suggest moving over to YouTube.
Fuck you. I'm kidding.
Basically, the fucking few of you that there are, I don't care about yous anymore. That's not true. I love all of yous equally. But the YouTube will be pretty much the main focus of trying to deliver a more visually pleasing show that's much more easily digestible. Purely because I'm only talking to myself about something, so it's going to be a much different way to discuss everything. The reason these episodes are so long because you have two people with differing opinions, and you can really get into a conversation about it.
Yeah, the conversation is important. I'm not going to do anything. I think I'm going to stop watching movies for a while.
Yeah.
well. Like I've really
Yeah, really, when
Really
Jack
are.
has made the thing that he says he hates movies, it's no lie.
the candle burning at both ends has really just run out to nothing. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take after Spider-Man.
But
I'm not gonna see movies.
you
for a
will be
while.
back for special episodes.
I
here
will
and
be.
there.
I'll drop in. I'll stick my head in. I won't spoil it, but you've also teased another creative endeavor, which I'm quite excited for.
Yes.
But I won't spoil that for you.
Coming into that new year, there will be a second podcast from myself and a very close, very, very close brother of mine.
I'm excited for it.
A completely different. It's in the sports realm. And if you know me, you'd probably know what that sport is. But we've brainstormed the name already, and that'll be all kicking us off as well. So I'm doing more work now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting it dropped all on myself, and then I'm going, yeah, fuck it, another show.
Yeah. I'd love to say me leaving lightens the load, but I don't fucking do anything.
really-
So it doesn't change a thing.
Really, it just allows me to go, should I record? I'll record.
But yes, I do need you all to know it's not personal.
Yeah.
It's not a bad blood or anything. I don't hate the show. I'm extremely proud of what we've
What
done.
we do is a
I
big
fucking
commitment.
love doing this, like for 2 years almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think it would be unfair to keep going. That's my reason, pretty much.
It happens.
And I
Shit
said
happens
reasons,
like that.
but that's really the only reason.
Yeah, it's a big commitment going out to the cinemas and whatnot, and a lot of movies are stinky these days anyway.
Fuck, we had a run of them, didn't we?
We've had a fucking run. But hey, the new year and the last couple should be a decent little ride to end on anyway. So
Yeah.
as long as we get Spider-Man, we're all fucking good.
That's what matters.
So that's the announcement. That's the show. Please keep listening because the episode's not over. We've got a whole episode to
It's
get
not
through.
the show. We've still got about an hour to go.
Yeah. Every week is still going to be running as normal up
Yeah,
until
yeah,
that 100th episode, as well as the extras.
Yeah.
Which there'll be a choice up on Monday, tomorrow, if you're listening.
It will be. I've got a theme in my head.
Woof. So we'll get to that. Okay. Moving on with the rest of the episode, let's jump to some news. Let's talk. Kevin Feige has teased Scarlett Johansson is working on a top secret Marvel project that doesn't involve Black Widow.
Yeah. Producer? Maybe? Maybe she's just got a name on something.
I don't know. No, I feel like...
She hasn't written, so I don't think she's written anything.
I feel like she'd be coming in as something.
Yeah.
But that's sort of begging... Is she coming in as a new character or something? I wouldn't think so.
It would be strange to do that.
Yeah.
It would be very strange. I couldn't piece it together.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's probably Black Widow, and they're just not saying it.
Yeah, but knowing if it's a top secret project that they're just sort of tiptoeing around, it's probably going to be 4 years away
Yeah.
until we hear anything further from that.
Who's Lady Hawkeye? Haley Steinfeld? I don't want to say that with any confidence.
You said Lady, fucking, who's playing Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye series? Yeah, Haley Steinfeld.
Right. She, in an interview, they asked about New Avengers, and she looked back at Kevin Feige in a very comical manner because she didn't know whether she could say that that's happening or not.
Yeah.
So I think maybe ScarJo will be some sort of mentor on the New Avengers, maybe.
It could be.
Because it's not announced, but everyone's like, yeah, it's happening.
Well, if you can take anything from the last couple Marvel things that have happened, you can see a younger generation moving into the realm now.
Yes.
And it's always been the rumblings of the young Avengers is what's going to be the next step in the Marvel.
Which is great
universe.
for the next generation and stuff. And then you got the old heads like us going, okay, X-Men, Blade, Fantastic Four. Like, we want to see that.
And
So-
we've got that coming.
And we
It's
do
gonna
have
be
that
fucking
coming. So both generations have something coming.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what ScarJo is doing. But it's nice that they're on good terms and they can
Good
work
to know
together.
that.
It's nice that was all settled. It was fucking
It was
dirty.
just a couple coins out of Disney's pocket. They went, you know what? Fair play, you got us.
Yeah, and
Here you
like
go.
makes them look bad
Yep.
for a bit, but that's fine.
But when haven't they?
Yeah.
Michael Keaton's also come out to reveal he's starting filming on some, quote, vulture stuff.
Yeah, which isn't surprising because he's probably going to be in Morbius. No,
Yep.
he is in Morbius. He's in the trailer.
That we know that's who he's playing.
Yeah.
Because we're not too sure, because obviously this is a multi-universal situation.
Yeah.
So it could be Vulture.
Could just be Michael Keaton.
Could just be Michael Keaton being Michael Keaton. We don't know. But hearing him say he's doing some Vulture stuff is very promising.
That's cool.
To think, well, we're getting Doctor Strange 2 reshoots.
Yeah.
Would it be
It's not outside the
wrong
realm
to say
possibility.
a quick little glimpse into the Spider-Verse there?
Yeah, it adds up. It definitely adds up because Spider-Man's taking a break after this. Like Holland doesn't want to keep doing it.
Yeah. He said if he keeps playing Spider-Man after 30, then he's done something wrong.
Something wrong, yeah. Just harsh, but okay.
Sure.
I mean,
but he's a younger Spider-Man, so obviously.
I know Tobey Maguire was 49 in high school, but so
they
yeah,
added to it.
I think Multiverse of Madness will be the last time we see Spidey for quite some time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a good shout. Vulture will be in that as well.
It'd be good to see because Keaton is fucking delicious.
Yeah.
The Train to Busan English remake has gotten its title. Okay. It has come out as The Last Train to New York.
I was literally going to interrupt you and make a joke just saying like Train to the Midwest or some shit, and that's not too far off it.
Not too far off?
It's not a good title. It's not going to be a good movie.
But directed by Timo Giagianto. So he's the one that directed our favourite segment from VHS 94.
Oh, okay.
The Doom-themed one.
Yeah, right.
He's the one that did... what was that other movie? Some other movie that he did that was really good with big martial artist that I can't remember.
Yeah, right. I don't fucking know.
He's done good shit, and he does good stuff in the realm of action sequences, and as we saw from that VHS segment.
Yes. Right.
Good. So
he likes gore, so...
Yeah. On the one hand, that I hate that we're getting an English remake of this movie because it's just a perfectly created movie. As a Korean zombie film, to have that much heart and soul and emotion and horror in it, and for it to work as well as it did without any like normal zombie bullshit you'd find in any American zombie movie,
which they're gonna put in this,
because Americans fucking suck at emotion.
Yep.
In a zombie situation.
Yep.
Y'all are fucked. So I can't wait to see one of my favorite movies get ruined by America. But hey, that's what happens.
They did it with Wreck. Have you ever seen Wreck? REC.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Yeah, it's a zombie outbreak in a hotel.
Yes.
And then they made Quarantine like a year later.
Yeah.
And it was awful.
Yeah.
It just completely missed the point.
It was just night vision, and it was really hard to watch.
Yeah, we had it with, I can't say it in Spanish, but The Orphanage, or whatever the Spanish title of that is one of the scariest movies of all time. And then America was like, what if it wasn't?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what America does.
Yep, that's what America does.
Fine.
Okay. Last bit, which is the big one to talk about. Obviously, you'll know where we're going with this. Spider-Man No Way Home, second trailer, dropped.
This almost could have been the episode.
It really could have almost been the episode. But we're going to give a decent chunk and talk about just a lot of the major details that have come out from this. So, obviously, we get the full introduction of the Green Goblin, Electro, Sandman, Doc Ock, and Lizard.
Yep.
We see all of them come into it.
Yep.
We get what we see now, probably footage of Green Goblin appearing in full Spider-Man 1 suit.
Mate, it is gorgeous. It looks so good.
Because it's perfectly spot on to that original suit.
Yes.
But there's just something extra about it.
It's a bit darker green. It's like,
got a bit of a shine.
It's got a sheen to it and a shine. But fuck, he just looks so good. And then he's going to get recostume later anyway.
Yeah, we do get
a little flash of that.
It's a brief glimpse. There's a 4K version where people will be able to freeze frame that to actually see. Because the speculation was, is that Dafoe? Is that someone else?
Yeah.
But it is still Dafoe because there was that leaked photo of the newer costume.
Yeah.
So that's now pretty much confirmed. I reckon that first Green Goblin is going to be him entering the multiverse, and then later on he's going to fucking modify it up.
Yeah, it appears the Raimiverse villains might be helping.
Very possibly.
MCU, because
at least Doc Ock is the most apparent.
You see the Lizard kick the shit out of Doc Ock at one point, like off a building. And with New Goblin coming back, maybe he gets just fucking mauled by Electro or something, and then comes back with a new, fresh MCU suit to help.
Possible. It is very possible as well.
Or be against them as well. Like, we don't really know. You can't tell that much from the trailer.
Yep. Because the trailer does its best to chop and change around. And,
of course.
We'll try to throw us off as much sense as we can.
I do not envy whoever had to direct this trailer. Like, how do you decide what to show and what not to show, and dance around the leaks, ignore the leaks, or embrace the leaks? Like, holy shit!
Because it's a much different trailer to the first one that we got.
Hugely different.
Completely explaining to Tom Holland's side as Spider-Man and getting Doctor Strange's help to open up this multiverse, and then all we got from that was Doc Ock.
Yeah.
And then this one goes, all right, you've seen that. Now here's all the fucked things that are going to happen.
Here's everyone.
So here's everyone back.
Yeah.
Big Sandman.
Big Sandman. Big boy.
Electro. Jamie Foxx is looking like a fucking Electro.
That fucking redesign is so good.
It's
amazing.
Why we didn't get that from the start.
Actually amazing.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 would have been a good movie had he looked like that.
Honestly, it would have been much better.
Yeah.
He's got the classic star mask on, but it's just like,
they did so well to make that modern, just make it a flash of electricity that flashes around his face.
Yeah, and then it's just like riot gear almost that he's wearing. He looks fucking great, and he's got to be stoked. He's having another crack 100%. At that. It's just like, thank God.
Absolutely loving it. You get the lizard, looks exactly like the lizard. So from what we get from this trailer, it's showcasing how emotional this movie is going to be.
Yeah, and a producer came out and said the core element of Peter Parker is he has to suffer.
Yeah.
He has to hurt. He has to lose everything, and it's inevitable. And then this trailer came out, and it's like, crying Tom Holland and MJ falling off a building, and then just like, completely losing control, and you're just like, oh shit, he's gonna go through.
They made it
shit.
seem like everybody is going to die that he cares for.
Pretty much.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it happens, but
not at all.
Not all of them will go, but there will be a big sacrifice, I can more than guarantee.
Yeah, and in the magic suit, he's got his phone duct taped to his chest with
the photo of Ned and MJ.
It's like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, holy shit! Even like the internet sleuths were just like, what?
Yeah, because that's the thing, a lot of sleuths around dissecting this trailer. One that came courtesy of the Brazilian Sony team.
Yeah,
who put their trailer out that had a little bit too much of an extended scene.
I did not know that countries did this. Variants.
It is. It's strange. A lot of the time they're very subtle. Yeah. Sometimes it's just chopped and changed a little bit differently.
Yeah, it's just like
sometimes it's just a little bit more than what another country's trailer is.
Yeah, and in this case, it was just like a slightly, like a 0.3 of a second less cut. I mean, more cut.
Yeah. And it was something that you can put it as, is that clever marketing or is that a genuine fuck up?
Right, before this trailer came out, the big question was, are Toby and Andrew in this trailer?
Yeah.
Right? They are in this trailer, but they've been Microsoft Paint erase it out. Like, it's very fucking obvious. And, like, it's not them trying to pull the wool over our eyes. It's them going, they're here, buy a fucking ticket.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
We're not going to show you yet. We're not just going to let you watch this trailer on YouTube all the time. You have to come and see the movie.
Exactly right.
But they are in the trailer.
Yeah. So your watcher would know because you've seen the trailer a million times. You know the scene we're talking about. You've got Electro, Sandman, Lizard, and then you've got Tom Holland in the middle.
Classic Marvel.
Coming together. But the issue here is for our trailer, or the real trailer, is that it looks like it blatantly looks like a 3-versus-3 situation.
Yeah.
Because when you see that happen, Tom's jumping straight in the middle towards Sandman. You've got Electro up in the top. Liz is down the bottom jumping.
Jumping at fucking no one.
At fucking no one.
Yeah.
And it's very apparent. It's not like, it's the angle. No.
Nope.
He almost jumps straight past Holland.
Yeah.
Because when that scene extends, Holland jumps over Sandman's fist and then jumps down the scaffolding.
Yeah.
So it's very apparent that there's more than one person here.
Correct.
So, the Brazil trailer got leaked. Taken down very quickly, might I add.
Yep.
Because that scene was extended, where when the lizard is jumping, he keeps going, and then boom.
Nothing.
John Cena comes out of nowhere and fucking wallops him one straight across the chin.
Yeah. Yeah, and his body contort, like he's getting punched with considerable force. Bless you.
Thank you. Which basically just confirms that something is edited out of this scene.
Yep.
Now, obviously, this is a 3v3 scenario. Why would we not have all 3 Spider-Man versus 3 villains?
Yeah, exactly. And putting MJ falling, and it's the exact same shot of Gwen Stacy falling from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Like, that's just telling you Andrew is going to be in that scene.
Andrew Garfield redemption arc.
Probably going to get his redemption, save MJ.
But...
and be like, hey, in my universe, I fucking belted my girlfriend in half.
Yeah. But as well as having that as more or less confirmation, the leaked set photos that came out
Yeah.
were photos from a scaffolding set.
Yeah. So in this universe, the Statue of Liberty is getting a Captain America shield, which is America would do that.
Nothing says liberty by giving her old lady a fucking Captain America
It's
shield.
it's so tasteless and disrespectful, but
That's the world that they're in.
America would do that, so that's very funny. But yeah, that's where all the leaked photos are coming from. That's where the climax of this trailer is.
Yeah.
All around the Statue of Liberty.
So
Clearly
everyone
just
goes-
fucking up any of the work they're doing.
Yeah. Tom Holland also did his best to nearly fuck up the reaction trailer as well. So it was Tom, Jacob, and Zendaya doing a reaction to the trailer.
Yeah.
In which, when that scene is about to happen and Tom's Spider-Man jumps on like a little water tower, he looks at it and he goes, wait, where's... And he kind of like shuts his mouth and watches the rest of the trailer, and it's just like, okay, so something else is there.
It's so scripted, but you love it.
You gotta love it because it's Tommy. We know what he's like there.
Playing into the internet, it's marketing.
But at the same time, it's so hard to get that 100%. You want to be correct on this, because there was another thing I saw of. But what if the other two people is Green Goblin and Doc Ock?
Yeah, maybe.
That could also be a thing.
My prediction earlier in the year too was that it was going to be a lot of like Peter in court or whatever, like clearing his name.
Yeah,
but I really don't think there's going to be much of that. I think they're going to brush over that now.
Yeah, they did really well to sort of brush over the whole Daredevil's going to be in this movie. Huh?
Yeah, and everyone knows who he is and stuff. Maybe because that was so heavily featured in the first one, but yeah, this one seemed to focus more on he's going to punch some bad guys or get punched by some bad guys.
Yep. So there's a lot that we got from this.
Yeah, like they capture Doc Ock. Strange, tells Peter no matter what they're going to die in their universe. You can't change that. So the theory is the name No Way Home is Peter does something to not let them go back to their... This makes sense in my head. They're not going to go back to their universe, so they stay alive.
Yeah.
And that adds credence to Doc Ock and Green Goblin turning good and helping because they build a relationship. Peter doesn't want them to go to their universe and die. Yeah. But also, Spider-Man is one of the only Marvel characters who has a no-killing policy. Like, it's Batman's key thing. Yeah. But Captain America and everyone just fucking blow up countries and they don't give a fuck. They kill the fuck out of it.
They think about it afterwards, but that's for like the PR,
So there'll be, so part of, Peter going through hell is going to be his moral, like what he does about this, his ethical quandary. Yeah. It looks like Green Goblin's going to kill Aunt May. This is all like the same scene. Yeah,
a lot of people put that together to think that that's going to be a scenario. They reckon it could be Happy as well.
Yeah.
Could also be Happy Hogan saying his goodbye. Well, I mean, hey, we didn't have to experience Uncle Ben dying in these ones.
That's coming in the animated series.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. But yeah, it just makes me all fucking excited because
this fucking bonkers.
This trailer made me so much more excited than the first one did, and then everything I've seen before, and this one made me go, fuck.
And hearing Defoe actually has some dialogue, and then that slow fade in of the suit just being perfect.
But hearing the laugh again, though.
Yeah, and then like fuck, we can just point out shit all night, and we probably will. But like Doc Ock, he seems to take on some Stark tech because
a little bit of an upgrade.
Tentacles look different.
Everyone's complaining about it, being like, "Why is there red and a bit of yellow on this?"
And it's like, okay,
and the trailer just went, "Hey, upgrades." Because Stark Industries is still a thing.
Yeah, they capture him. They clearly have him. They're clearly getting information from him. So
we're gonna see because it's a mere month away. Less than
a month away.
Fucking less than a month away, boy. But quickly before, do we get another trailer before it comes out?
No, absolutely not.
We're going to stick like this and that's it.
There'll be some little like Instagram clips and stuff, but it'll all be from the first two trailers. They're not going to show anymore. They can't.
That'd be silly because they've already got everyone fucking...
Because this did, we're praising this trailer, but if you don't like trailers, this shows a lot. Yeah. This shows a few big action climaxes. It shows some really key story points.
Yeah, you can definitely pick out what points of this movie some of these scenes will take place.
If you weren't us and just feverish for this sort of stuff, you would watch this trailer and go, "Oh, wow,
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know everything.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, it's a fucking fun trailer. It's a
Yep.
really fun trailer.
Definitely is.
I can't wait for that fucking movie. I want it so bad.
I know, not long, son. All right, let's jump away from that. Let's talk about our main review for the week and actually talk about something productive. This week,
Something we have actually seen.
Yes, this week we're going to be talking about Last Night in Soho, released 2021, directed and written by Edgar Wright. Ellie is a young fashion designer who gets into a prestigious London university and moves from the country to follow her dream of designing. With much love for the 60s in London, she starts having visions of an aspiring singer named Sandie from the 60s and the life that she lived. However, things start to become dark and the realization London isn't as amazing as she thought. The visions turn to a gruesome murder from the past that now haunt Ellie. Is she just mad, or is there something more sinister going on in London? Who knows? All right, so this had a runtime of 116 minutes, as said, directed and written by Mr. Edgar Wright himself. Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, Scott Pilgrim, just to name a few.
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver, don't forget. It's had a budget of $43 million. Thus far raked in $17 million in the box. Rotten Tomatoes of 75% from the critics and 89% from the audience.
Okay. Hot Fuzzes was very similar.
Yes. Cast, we've got pretty much an all-British cast in this one here. We've got Thomasin McKenzie as Eloise, Anya Taylor-Joy as Sandie, Diana Rigg as older Sandie, Matt Smith as Jack, Michael Ajao as John, Terence Stamp as Lindsay, Sam Claflin as younger Lindsay, Rita Tushingham as Peggy, and Margaret Nolan as the sage barmaid. So,
Yeah.
Jack, Last Night in Soho, what are your thoughts on this?
I loved it. I really loved it. I thought this was great. I think it's Edgar Wright's weakest movie by quite a stretch. But a weak Edgar Wright movie is still better than pretty much everything we've seen this year. It's terribly predictable. It's crazy predictable, and Edgar Wright, it feels like it should be more clever than it is, but it doesn't really matter at all. It's about the visuals and the story and the characters and stuff. And then, the twist reveal at the end is just like, I knew it was coming, and it all just kind of ends. But God, it's just visually fucking insane because it's Edgar Wright. Of course, he really turns it up to 11. Characters I just loved. I really felt the danger that Eloise was in, and just how fucking scary the fear of relocating your life. And then also this other shit going on. That story is told so well. I'm just stupidly attracted to Matt Lucas. I don't know. I knew he was good looking.
Matt Smith,
sorry. Matt Lucas is the guy from Little Britain. I don't think I'm attracted to Matt Lucas.
Oh, my God. I don't think many people are attracted to him, but sure.
It's been a long week. He's just fucking cool, isn't he? He's just so cool. Like, the 60s is not cool. The 60s is so cringy. And,
it's a time, isn't it?
I hate everything about the 60s, and everyone's like, oh, the bands were better. No, they just weren't. It's just weird. It is not a good time. And I'm sure people say that about the 90s too, and I'm like, ugh. But fuck. I really like this. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I fucking love this movie as well.
Yeah.
It was, I went into this movie fairly blind.
I didn't watch any trailers for this. I didn't watch a single TV spot or trailer.
Fuck, well.
Yeah.
Props.
But obviously I follow him, so I saw.
Yeah.
I saw moving pictures.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything about it.
I remember seeing the trailer eons ago. Before
it came out a long time ago,
before lockdown, and it was advertised and all that, and I was like, oh yeah, Edgar Wright. Cool.
I'm in. You hear that name and you go, I'm in.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to it, and I'm like, I see people I know. Yeah, I'll check it out. Why not? Fuck it. But then putting it on the list and going, I didn't look anything into it.
Yeah.
I only revisited the trailer to show Brooke to be like, do you want to watch it with me?
Get her in, yeah.
I'm like, it's not a manly movie. And she was like, okay, we'll give it a go. I went in completely blind to knowing what I was sort of expecting in this movie. And it completely outdoes what I was expecting. Obviously, knowing Edgar Wright's slate of movies, this is different.
Yeah,
to what
definitely.
he does.
Definitely.
Compared to what we've had previously. It's great to see that he can take such a dramatic turn, make something so much more dark and sinister,
Yeah.
but still give it a bit of comedy, but visually absolutely blow it out of the park.
Fuck me, it's such a good looking movie.
Because I loved everything that he did with Scott Pilgrim. The visuals
Yeah.
in Scott Pilgrim is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It really encapsulates, a comic style movie. And then this just goes, he's a fucking trip fest that looks really easy to take in, but at the same time is also fucking terrifying at certain points.
it's genuinely nightmarish.
100%.
In some of the imagery, like
Yeah.
whenever, even if you're not going to watch this movie, like down the track when it's on YouTube, just watch the first scene. She goes back to the 60s. It's just that reveal and this slowly going through the club.
Yeah.
It's just masterful. It's an incredible scene.
Yeah.
And Thomasin McKenzie is fucking great. I don't know where she came from, but Jesus
So
Christ.
she was in Jojo Rabbit,
Yeah.
and she was also
She was in Old.
Old, yes.
She was one of the old.
She was the older teenage girl that was growing.
Yeah, right.
So that's where we know her from
Yeah,
there.
she's
So,
fucking great, and she's just part of all the cool imagery.
yeah,
and
she
stuff.
actually turned down, she actually dropped out of Top Gun Maverick to come do this instead.
Oh wow, yeah, that was a fucking good decision, wasn't it?
Don't fucking blame her.
In terms of credibility, like maybe not box office, sure, but
Hey, but
terms
for performance-wise,
yeah, in terms of actually like stretching your acting,
she got the
legs.
lead for this,
Yeah.
Top Gun, what was she
Top
doing
billion.
there?
She'd be-
Fucking just
Token woman,
token woman pilot
Yeah.
that saves the day or something.
pretty
or
much.
watches Tom Cruise die in the sunrise or something. Fucking
Yeah.
that's probably how that movie's going to end.
But the problem with this is like all the plot and all the marketing and stuff. It makes it sound more complicated or more clever than it is.
Yeah.
And I just don't think the twist and the reveal is that mic drop moment. There's a couple of big twists, and you're just like, okay,
Yeah. I was shocked by the twist.
okay, Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just a pleb and I'm just slower to pick things up, but I didn't see the ending coming or twisting the way it did. But I loved it. I still really enjoyed it. It's better than the last 10 years of M. Night Shyamalan's twists.
yes it is.
Given us, so
Yes it is.
Edgar's got that going for him there. But like everything about this, everything's so visually pleasing. Like the way that they make London look like the 60s again.
Yeah,
It's fucking brilliant.
it's
'Cause,
incredible.
London nowadays is still very much old-fashioned. A lot of England isn't
Very
with the
traditional.
modern world because everyone loves the villages. They love how they've created their world.
Yeah,
Their country is different to everywhere else, and props to them. They've got their issues where it is, and this movie tackles London's issues, where even from the 60s and then to nowadays,
yeah,
still vastly similar
yeah,
in the type of experience a young woman could attain from visiting London, even for briefly one night out.
yeah.
So it tackles many
it's-
issues in this movie.
Yeah, it tackles the entertainment industry as well and exploitation of women in the entertainment industry, which of course is still going horribly, but not as bad as it was.
Not
in
as
the 60s.
bad. Yeah,
No,
I think some of them have union reps now.
Yeah, thankfully. But yeah, it tackles that tastefully, but it's still very in your face and it's very fucking brutal. There are some
which it has to though, because it's got to stab you there to be like,
Yeah.
we're not sugarcoating it.
No.
This is
this is
the
how it
look.
was. This is this character's arc.
Yeah.
And it's painfully sad and confronting.
Yeah. It also goes through a little bit of someone living with schizophrenia.
Yeah.
So Eloise's mum killed herself. She was suffering from severe schizophrenia, and that's why she lives with her gran and moves on.
Mm-hmm.
And Ellie she's got these visions that she does see her mum as well.
Yeah.
And it's spoken about at the very start of the movie, like, I don't want to get there and have an episode, and like you had before. And she's like, how long's it been since you've seen her? And she's like, I haven't seen her recently, but you just saw her.
Yeah.
Looking her in the mirror, and you're just like, okay, so it glimpses at that, and it doesn't dive too deep, but it simmers in the background of Ellie's character throughout the whole movie.
It's an Edgar Wright thing of planting a seed and
Yeah.
making you aware of it. So as all these things are unfolding, you're like, oh yeah, but she has this history of mental health.
Yeah,
So could the reveal later be that it is schizophrenia and she's imagining it?
yeah, without a doubt. So the feel of this movie can be given off in many different ways, because in one instance you think you're watching just an eloquent alternative drama mystery movie.
Yeah.
And then by your second act, you're thinking, well, this is a little bit supernatural and weird, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And then by the third, you go, this is a horror movie?
This is fucking bonkers.
Is this horror?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I would say it definitely dives into horror.
Yeah, 100% by the end of it. The resolution by the end is horrific without a doubt.
Yeah.
But the pacing of this movie is really well, I find.
Yeah, he's always been fucking great.
Yeah, because he's kept it really well under the 2-hour mark. And he's done really well to tell this story without... as much as it's diving in between the now and the 60s, as she's diving back and forth at seeing this woman's life as she's starting off as an aspiring singer to then becoming just an escort girl.
A sex worker, yeah.
Just a straight sex worker, copying it all against her will. It seems like that could be hard to diverse, like where you're going through and that, but it's a very easy path.
Yeah. Let's do it again. Yeah, Edgar Wright he's never once wasted a second of screen time.
Yeah.
Everything is so purposeful, but he's very honest with himself about trimming the fat and just getting rid of shit that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a burgeoning relationship here and there, like the relationship with her first roommate is kind of antagonistic and they hate each other, and she, spikes her drink later on in the thing. And you think that's just some high school drama stuff, but it's not, because the police come into it later and they say, well, your drink was probably spiked. What you saw isn't real. Yeah. It's on purpose. It's there. It doesn't happen straight away. Yeah. And then there's a relationship with the guy. And, again, you think it's just a romantic relationship put in there for some drama. Mm-hmm. No, that comes back at the end as well. It's all so meant to be.
Yeah, it's all very methodically planned out.
And I love that.
Purpose.
And, when you're watching something like Halloween Kills, when they're like, remember the first movie? Remember this? And then it's all just fucking nonsense. No, it's so refreshing to see. Oh, my God,
Halloween Kills.
Yeah, it's so refreshing to see. Just, this is where it's meant to be.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
The transition, I guess we'll start to jump into spoilers now.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
Yeah, because there's a twist to this ending of this movie. We'll jump into the spoilers now just to talk about that a bit more in touch. But straight up, good movie. Definitely go watch it.
Very good.
Very much worth your watch.
I loved it.
So if you don't want to hear about how it ends, turn us off. Come back to us later after you watch the movie.
Yep.
All right. So the big thing here is... Ellie witnesses Sandie get murdered by Matt Smith's character Jack, who was her manager, the one who controls all these girls basically to be sex workers.
Yeah, he's kind of Harvey Weinstein, but they don't say it.
Basically, yeah, they just go smoke a couple durries and look cool.
Yeah,
and everyone will forget
he
about
does. Yep. Oh my God, he looks
great.
Cool. He's so cool. Good voice.
Yeah. He's got that perfect British voice.
Yeah. Oh, mate, it's so good.
When he just says, where you going, you slut?
Straight out of Snatch.
Yeah.
Like, just the Guy Ritchie school of speech.
So good. So much great.
I love it.
So Ellie starts to think that a murder has happened here and sort of, for some reason, wants to investigate it. Yeah. Because she's feeling a form of attachment.
She was already obsessed with the 60s, but she becomes quite obsessed with... whatever her name is. Sandie, sorry. She becomes quite obsessed with that, and she can only go there in dreams. But, of course, her real life starts to fall apart as she becomes more obsessed with her. Yeah. And she even, changes her look to look exactly like her and stuff.
Yep, thinking that, this is the ideal woman that you want to be in the 60s, so let's adopt this look into my own. Yeah. And then start adopting how Sandie dressed in the 60s into how she's now designing clothes in the real world. Yep. But obviously, this is now her mind is starting to play tricks and is starting to get darker and darker as Sandie's story is progressing. To what, when it comes around to her murder, is what she believes is she's seeing. However, by the end of the movie, or closer to the end of the movie, we realise that's not quite the real story.
No, so what she's seeing isn't quite what happened.
No,
and maybe Sandie isn't as innocent as she originally thinks.
Not so much, because one, Alexandra Collins, who is the, let's say, landlord of the house in which Ellie's staying in, renting a room from.
Yeah.
Is one of the old sex houses that Sandie resided in and taking men to.
Yep.
Revealing to Ellie that she is Sandie.
Yep.
Sandie was never murdered. She didn't die, but something tells her that she did die many times in that room.
Yeah. Every time she got used.
Every time she got used, another piece of her died.
Yeah.
And then the film just completely flips it off, and then it's no, she took her life back and slaughtered every single man.
Yeah. And again, it's
wanted her.
It's that imbalance of morality. Like, it's a powerful woman taking her life back and sticking it to the man, literally.
Yeah.
Sticking it in the man.
Yeah.
But yeah, then also she murdered thousands of people. Like, not thousands. Like,
100 or
100
so.
men, yeah.
Enough
And
to
the ghost-
basically fill the walls of that whole house.
Yeah.
Which is where the morbidness comes in. You go,
Yeah, and it's not
Fucking
brushed
hell.
over, but it's not, like, made a big point of, but also it's just like, oh, all the bodies are still in the house. Oh, okay.
yeah.
And then all the ghosts come up and reveal that.
And then it makes sense as to why when Ellie first moves in, she goes, I hope you like garlic, because
Yeah.
it's a French restaurant behind us.
Yeah,
As in to say, hey, this is a good way to cover the scent of death.
exactly right. The apparitions are really creepy. It's
They're
a really
such
scary
a-
design.
It's very well done.
Yeah,
Because obviously, yeah, you can do apparitions and demons and ghouls in
yeah,
such a cliched horror way.
yeah.
Edgar Wright goes, no, this is how it should look.
Yeah, it's
And it's
really
a
fucking
complete
unsettling.
black and grey figure where the face is slightly distorted
Yeah,
and
and like
just-
glitching sort of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really
just
creepy.
nightmarish.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy
it
as.
does really well to give that horror vibe there. So yeah, old mate Sandie's alive and kicking.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, can't let Ellie survive with knowing this secret.
no.
Done a little bit of fucking tinkering with the tea.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
What is this, her teeth?
Basically says, I'm not going to stab you. I'm just going to let you fall asleep
Yeah.
and die.
So the plot of the cop, in the old man who she thinks is Jack in the current world.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't predict that. I didn't see that coming. I was
No,
quite shocked by that.
I thought straight on. I'm just like, yeah.
That's Jack.
But they
do a little.
they foreshadowed it.
Do a little bait and switch.
They foreshadowed it very well when there's this, a scene where she's seeing Sandie and she's meeting all these men and they're just like,
Yeah, it's sort of like a
"You're
montage.
beautiful, darling. What's your name?"
Yeah, montage of the dudes just all saying the same
Yeah.
shit to her because that's what
And
they
she's
think she
making up
wants to
another
hear.
name.
Yeah.
Until one guy, played by Sam Claflin, comes in, who apparently is a really big British name, came in and said, you should get out while you can.
You're better than this.
You're better than this, and before it's too late.
And she's like, you're talking like a cop.
Yeah, she's like, are you a cop? She's like, you just better get out.
Yeah.
And that was old mate Terence
Terrence Stamp.
who was wandering around the street saying, people calling him Mr. Handsy and whatnot else. He's just a bit of a slime bag.
Yeah.
He was just a cop.
Yeah.
And
But he could still be a slime bag. Like, it was the
He's still a
60s.
slime- He's still a slime bag, 100%. But he's the one that tried to change it all around, and ultimately he met his grisly demise.
Yeah.
Uh,
He gets hit by a fucking van or whatever.
It's fucking ran by the van. But yeah, so movie descends basically. Old mate Sandie's trying to now kill Ellie. She stabbed old mate John in the stomach.
Yep.
And then there's a bit of a realization moment for Sandie and Ellie, and all the ghosts come back up, and they're like, "Help me, help me,
Yeah.
help me."
The ghost thing of why do they need help? They're already ghosts.
Yeah, they're already dead. It's
Where
sort of
are
like,
you going?
are they seeking closure?
I guess.
Because they're trapped in this house, and I guess once Ellie's dead, not Ellie, once Sandie's dead, everyone's sort of free from their realm.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatnot else. Yeah, it's one of those little things we just go, I'm not quite sure about that, but I'll brush it off because the rest of the movie's been fucking great.
The imagery's cool.
Yeah, we appreciate the imagery. Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing Sandie sit there on the bed as the fire's all burning around, and you just go, okay.
Yeah, that's a
There it
nice
goes.
image.
Yeah, so the movie ends off there. Ellie's now committed back to the fashion designing, doing her first year runway exam, I guess.
Yeah. If you like costumes in movies, holy shit, this is
Yeah.
this is a movie for you.
All into it. She
literally
still
2
uses all
generations.
the costumes of the 60s.
Yeah.
Held by Sandie, obviously. No bad blood there.
Mm-hmm.
Does it all, crushes it. Everyone's just like, you fucking so good, love, so good.
Yeah.
Grant's just like, your mum would be so proud.
Even the bitch roommate.
Even the bitch
gives
roommate
her
gave a little bit.
Fine.
Even though she nearly stabbed him in the face, but sure.
Well, yeah.
Look past that. Didn't report that one to the cops. Sees her mum in the mirror again, and her mum sort of smiles off and been like,
You done good,
man."
kid.
And then she sees a mirror image of Sandie. Young Sandie.
Yeah.
Gives her a little blow of a kiss and a touch of the mirror. And goodbye.
Yeah, it's just like there's sort of a respect for Sandie there, even though,
Yeah.
it's scared of her.
She did some terribly bad things.
Yeah, because she did want to be her for most of the movie. And,
Yeah.
Of course, there's, and the female empowerment, taking her life back and stuff.
Yeah.
Turning the tables on the pimps and the gross old rich men.
Yep. So,
of course there's going to be respect there.
Yeah, respectful ending. Everything comes around good. She's got the man. She's got the fashion. She's going to make something of herself one day. So, yeah, great movie.
Yeah.
Some quick trivia.
And it's Edgar Wright, so you don't have to wait for a post-credits.
Exactly right.
He just makes movies. Just
a little bit of trivia for it from this one as well. So obviously, why the 60s? Why did Edgar Wright choose this decade? He himself was very obsessed with the 60s.
He is.
His parents told him stories of the coming of age in the 60s time, especially in London. Same thing. He loved the records. He loved the music. And
he's a
and
big
all of
music
that.
guy.
So that sort of penned the idea of wanting to do something based in this time.
Yeah.
He had the idea for this film in 2007.
Oh my god.
So he
Hot Fuzz. That was the
consumed
year
it
he was
pretty
doing
quickly.
Hot Fuzz, yeah.
But obviously just let it simmer and do everything else he had to do. And then came around. So this was also Diana Riggs and Margaret Nolan's last film. They both passed away in September and October 2020.
Oh, man.
So this film was dedicated in their honour.
Yeah.
On this one here. Edgar Wright has a lot of things doing with people who've been in Bond movies.
Okay.
So pretty much all the old people in this film had all been in a Bond film in some capacity.
Yeah.
The whole... When Ellie first goes to the bar and asks for a Vespa, that's the Casino Royale Vespa drink from the 60s.
Yep.
A little bit of a throw there because Margaret Nolan was someone in the Casino Royale movie.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like a little nod there for him. So a lot of James Bond references in this movie. If you like the old Bonds, you'll probably pick up on a few of them and some of the actors and actresses themselves.
Yeah, sure.
So a lot of practicality in the movie as well. So the first scene where Ellie sees Sandie is all practical in the mirror. In the cloakroom there, you see a cloakroom attendant in both sides of the mirror, played by Oliver and James Phelps, the Weasley twins.
There you go.
So to achieve that practicality, you just get a set of twins.
Just a set of twins.
Standing in front of each
reflection,
other.
Done.
And go, bang, mirror.
Easy
done. But same thing with the the coming down the stairs and the dancing when they're alternating between her and Sandie. All of that practical.
all real.
They said two things they did edit wise, but everything else was just done choreographed to be perfectly in out.
Yeah,
switch it
they're
up.
just ducking under cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
So
Edgar,
really fucking well done. That just
Yeah,
adds another layer.
he's a big fan of the Texas switch. He calls it. I was watching that visual, the GQ thing where he breaks down a scene.
Yeah.
And like in all of them, they're pretty much just like, yeah, we did the Texas switch. There's a stuntman lying under the camera or whatever.
Yeah.
But in this, just like it was just great acting and great direction.
Yeah.
Really, that's all it
It's
came
just-
down to.
Yeah, if you really want a good looking movie, like this is the fucking movie to go
it's
to,
a
honestly.
fucking beautiful movie.
So yeah, that's Last Night in Soho.
It's very good.
Very, very good movie. Definitely worth checking out. Highly recommend it if you're a fan of Edgar Wright or if you're just a fan of just fucking good movie in general. If you're tired of us hearing talking about it, James Bond dying, then fucking go watch something to change up the palette.
Yeah.
It's really worth it. All right. Let's round out this episode, finish off with some questions, and kick on with the rest of the night. As always, guys, questions over on Instagram. Flick us a DM or reply to our post, whatever you want to do. Ask us anything. We don't care what it is. We'll answer anything. So let's start with Isaac. You can put one thing on the moon just to leave it there and come back to Earth. What would it be?
That's a really good question. I like that.
It serves no purpose.
Oh, you know what I'd do?
What?
All right, so I don't know if you've seen it. Adam's got a very big collection of Blu-rays, right?
Yeah.
So I would take one that I know you're not going to want to watch like too soon, but you will obviously watch eventually because you own them.
Yep.
I go and put it on the moon. So in like 62 years, I get the satisfaction of you going, I thought I had that. And that's it. It's just like the longest, furthest payoff to just a slight, mild inconvenience to annoy you.
Would I ever find out that it's on the moon?
Absolutely not. You just be like, I could have sworn I bought that.
So it's just the horror of me like seeing like a YouTube clip going, I need to watch that movie and going to my collection going,
man. And there's not even a slot missing. It's literally just like keeps going.
Yeah, it's just like I know that I'd check my app and be like, no, it says it's in the library.
Yeah. Damn, I must have lent it out to someone, but no, it's on the fucking moon, and only I know.
And then I'll make a status about it, and you'll just be sitting there going, fucking, it's about time.
It paid off.
Yep. Jar of cum.
Yeah. Yeah, my brain did immediately go to cum.
It had to.
Cum or poo?
Yeah.
Hey, what does it feel like to blast a duke on the moon?
Yeah. Would it be a jar of cum, or would I just jerk off onto the moon and let gravity do its thing?
Would it even touch the moon?
It's just going to circulate around the moon's orbit and just like, I'd be like, yeah.
We are so broken that that's where our brains went to first.
All right, Brooke. Oreos or Tim Tams?
Tim Tams. Oh, my God.
It's got to be a Tim Tam.
Tim Tam over everything.
Best shapes flavor?
This one's a lot harder.
It's pizza. All day, every day, it's pizza.
Pizza is very good. Pizza is very... what are the pink ones that smell really strong? Cheese and bacon?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to side with those.
Ooh.
I like a cheese and bacon, but
Stinky box.
They make your breast sting for about
box,
4
I'll
days.
tell you that much. Yeah, you remember when Shapes changed the pizza recipe?
Yeah.
And everyone had a fucking uproar.
And it was one
Good
of those,
work, internet.
It was one of those new Coke things. Remember Coke did it as well.
Yeah, and they went, hey, Shapes have always been good and there's never been anything wrong with them. Let's change the recipe to something that has like fucking dirt.
And then Pringles did it and just dug their heels in. They haven't changed it back. Pringles are just kind of shit now.
Yeah, Pringles are not what they used to be.
They're not as good as they used to be.
You won't find them at a party platter.
No.
Much anymore.
But yeah, I'm going to say cheese and bacon.
Pizza it is. If you could only say one word forever for the rest of your life, what would that one word be?
No. Just say... just avoid any and all social responsibility.
Yeah, cunt is...
Cunt's a pretty good one.
It's so versatile.
It's very versatile.
I've mentioned it many times. You can use it so many different ways, and it
Especially
just
in Australia.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to leave the country.
It's a term of endearment down here.
Yeah, I couldn't leave the country at all.
I always forget that it's like genuinely offensive in America. And
Really
like,
badly.
It's a fucking mic drop.
You'd be ready to fucking throw hands if you call someone a cunt over in the States.
It's here, yeah.
Mind you put a gun in their face, I'd be fine. They'd be like, it's just another day. Come on, mate.
Look.
Yeah, you call them a cunt. In the freest country of the land, I have never.
Let me get one of my 47 shotguns.
Yeah. All right. Round out with Alyssa. You can only have one for a week. Microwave, oven, stove.
I use the microwave the most.
Yeah.
Because I just can't be fucked.
100%.
I'm fine with a microwave meal.
Yep. Microwave, you can pretty much do anything in.
Yeah. What are the other ones? Oven and stove. I don't use the oven.
Barely ever I've used the oven.
I don't think I've ever used the oven. Definitely not here.
Yeah.
Stove I do use. Oh, man, I really like those burgies.
I couldn't make my eggs.
Those burgies. Yeah, your eggs.
Oh, I only can cook an egg in a fucking
Well, it's only for a week.
It's only a week. You can make good scrambled eggs in the microwave. Brooke has proved that to me.
Okay.
And it tastes delicious. So I'm just going to have to deal with scrambled for a week.
Yeah, I'm sticking
in the microwave.
I'm staying with the microwave.
Done. Microwave it is.
Yeah.
You can only have one for a week. Toothpaste, body wash, deodorant.
Ooh. Toothpaste.
It's got to be toothpaste.
You notice a smelly mouth.
Like you can almost cover up BO pretty well.
Sort of, yeah.
You wear enough clothes and you don't do as much. Stay away.
Yeah.
But even just the feel.
The feeling of if you miss a toothbrush, like one of your daily brushes, you just feel it straight away. And it's awful. It's a bad feeling.
Yeah, and just feel for everyone else around you.
No, I want to keep toothpaste, please.
You can only have one for a month. toilet paper, fork, coat hangers. Toilet paper, 100%.
Yeah, probably toilet paper.
What do you mean? I can eat without a fork.
I'm a fucking animal. I'll eat with my hands.
Coat hanger. Half my clothes sit in a basket on the floor anyway. Not right now because I've actually put them away for once.
That must be geared towards me because I'm very coat hangery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a mega coat. I put everything on coat hangers pretty much.
It's fair.
And like on the clothesline, drying, put them on coat hangers instead of pegging them up because then they're just ready to go. And they still dry.
It's a good idea.
They still dry.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm still going with toilet paper.
I'm sorry.
I do
shit as much as we do, yeah.
Giant shits once a day. So.
Yeah, toilet paper is very well needed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have any of the tushy bidets.
Nah, God, no.
God damn, I wish. Only one for a month. TikTok, sex, or car stereo? Fuck, this is the hardest one.
This sounds really hard. Because this shows a lot about my personality. When I heard sex, I was still like, nah, TikTok. Because I watch so much TikTok. Man.
See, my issue stems with I drive so much for work.
Yeah.
I've driven to work without anything on, where my car was out and I had to take my sister's old car, which is a Nissan Pulsar, as their first car. That had a cassette player.
Yeah.
And the worst FM radio.
Yeah.
And by God, if you didn't feel like driving into a tree, you need a fucking car stereo, man, honestly. The radio sucks, and not being able to listen to your own shit fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But
is it illegal to drive with headphones, or is it just immoral?
I think it's immoral. I think they sort of say you
shouldn't do it.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I know people do.
Yeah, but if you have your stereo up loud enough, anyway, it's the same thing.
Which I do.
Like, I'm deaf as a fucking post. So
yeah.
I only listen to podcasts, but I have to crank it because I can't hear anything. Deaf as fuck. So, like, it's pretty much the same as wearing headphones.
Yeah. God, I miss TikTok so much.
I've been out of the game for so long and then, like, have started having sex again. And it's pretty good.
It's good.
I don't know how I went 6 years without it. Like, it's pretty good.
Well, there you go. You went 6 years.
So I could.
You could go a month.
I could go a month, but I don't want to.
But just.
I mean, I'm having some good sex. I like sex.
But hey, TikTok lasts a lot longer than a sex session can.
Yeah. 10 seconds. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Good couple of TikToks in there.
Man.
I think I have to go to the car stereo.
I think I'm gonna go sex. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I really. Yeah.
Car stereo because I would drive myself into a tree if I didn't have it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Last one. Only one for a year.
Oof.
Each other or KFC?
Okay. Oh. I went really quick there.
You went straight for the K. I'm like, hold on.
I'm so hungry. No, yeah, of course, each other. Like, we live in the same fucking house.
Yeah, but have you ever had a Zinger burger?
I hadn't had KFC in so long, but since moving here, because it's there. It's fucking there. I've had so much more KFC.
Yeah, because it's not a thing of like, even if you've had a few drinks and you can't drive, I'll just walk.
It's right there.
It's a 7-minute walk. I've done it.
Yeah.
Doesn't take long.
Yeah, I'd need somewhere to live, so I guess I'm going to choose here.
Yeah, fair. All right. For the purpose of having a
For
roof
the sheer
over the head.
Sheer purpose of residential.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good.
So, yeah. That's everything. That's done. You know a little bit more about us now. All right, everyone, thanks for sticking around, checking out the pod. If you're here for the first time, make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
It's all there.
If you've been here since the start of this episode, you know that the formula will be changing eventually anyway. But stick around because I'll still be here and I don't want any of you to leave me.
Still got a while.
And Jack will still be making appearances anyway, so the show is fine.
Yep.
We're all fine.
Everything's fine.
All that good stuff. You can find our links down below in our link tree in the description. We're available everywhere. Any merch, go to the Redbubble store. If you want to send us any requests for midweek reviews or anything like that, flick us a DM in our Instagram.
Yeah, do it.
Always up for checking out a new movie if it's something classic that we might not have visited before.
Especially if it's good.
If it's good, it's fucking great. That's what we want. We want to know it's a fucking good movie. So yeah, with that saying, guys, thank you very much for joining us here on the You Like That podcast. You've been joined with me. My name is Adam, and I am one half of the You Like That podcast.
My name is Jack, and until January, I'm the other half of the You Like That podcast.
I knew that one was coming. All right, see you guys next week.
Bye!